Imagine the thrill of a high-stakes League of Legends match. The crowd is silent, the players focused, and then it happens. An unexpected twist. The underdog team, backed into a corner, pulls off an incredible maneuver. Their mid laner, renowned for his strategic brilliance, initiates a bold move. He lures the enemy into a trap, baiting them with a seemingly vulnerable position. As the opposing team takes the bait, the rest of his team emerges from the shadows, launching a surprise attack that catches the enemy off guard. It's a masterclass in diversion and ambush, a testament to their exquisite coordination and individual prowess. The crowd erupts into thunderous applause as the underdogs turn the tide, shifting the momentum of the game in their favor. That, my friends, is the exhilarating world of League of Legends, a game that's all about strategy, skill, and teamwork. But how do you get to that level of play? It all starts with understanding the basics. So let's delve into the cornerstone of strategic gameplay in League of Legends, map awareness. This tutorial is designed to guide you through the twists and turns of this crucial skill. Now, map awareness may seem like a simple concept, but it's a lot more than just glancing at the minimap every so often. It's about understanding the ebb and flow of the game, predicting enemy movements, and making decisions that can potentially turn the tide of battle. From recognizing the importance of vision control to learning how to make well-timed rotations, we'll be covering it all. By the end of this tutorial, you'll gain a deeper understanding of map awareness, and why it's a key component in separating the good players from the great. Mastering map awareness is a step towards becoming a better player. So buckle up and let's embark on this journey together. First off, what exactly is map awareness? In the world of League of Legends, or any strategic game for that matter, map awareness is a critical skill that essentially refers to a player's ability to constantly monitor the minimap, understand the positions of allies and opponents, track enemy movements, and predict their strategies. It's about having a mental image of where everyone is on the battlefield, even when they're not directly in your line of sight. Think of it as being the game's omniscient narrator. You're not just focused on your individual narrative, you're also keeping tabs on the unfolding stories of your allies and opponents. You're aware of the broader picture, the grand scheme of things. So why is map awareness so important? Well, it's like having a sixth sense. It allows you to make informed decisions, anticipate enemy movements, plan strategic attacks, and avoid ambushes. It's the difference between charging blindly into the unknown and moving with purpose and precision. In essence, a good map awareness can be the difference between victory and defeat. Consider this scenario. You're in the heat of battle, fully focused on your opponent in your lane. Suddenly you notice on your minimap that some enemies are missing from other lanes. This is your cue to be cautious. You retreat just in time to avoid a gank from the missing enemies. That's map awareness in action. Or perhaps you spot a lone enemy in the jungle far from the safety of their team. Recognizing the opportunity, you rally your team for a quick ambush before the enemy knows what hit them. Again, that's the power of map awareness. So, map awareness isn't just about keeping an eye on the mini-map. It's about understanding the flow of the game, interpreting the information presented and using it to your advantage. It's about making strategic decisions based on the positions and likely movements of your enemies and allies. In short, map awareness is your strategic compass in the chaotic world of League of Legends. It guides your actions, influences your decisions, and can ultimately tip the scales in your favor. So it's clear that map awareness is crucial, but how do we improve it? Improving map awareness might seem daunting, but with practice and the right approach, it's totally achievable. The first step to boosting your map awareness is developing the habit of frequently checking your mini-map. Just glancing at it isn't enough though. You need to really study it, taking in information about where your allies are, spotting where enemies are visible, and noting where they aren't. Now you might be asking, how frequently should I be checking the minimap? Well, here's a fun tip. Try syncing it with your game's rhythm. Every time you kill a minion, take a peek at that map. This rhythm will help you keep a consistent eye on the game's developments without being overly distracting. Next, let's talk about understanding enemy patterns. Each opponent has their own unique style of play, their habits, their tendencies. Some might be more aggressive, constantly pushing forward. Others might be more defensive, often found lurking in the shadows. Knowing these patterns can give you a clue about where they might be on the map, even when they're out of sight. This brings us to predicting enemy movements. If you see an enemy disappear into the jungle in the direction of the dragon pit, there's a good chance they're going for a dragon kill. If your mid laner is pushing hard and the enemy jungler is missing, it might be time to call a warning. These predictions, based on the information you gather from the map, can save you and your team from many a sticky situation. But what about the times when the enemy is nowhere to be seen? Well, that's where warding comes in. Wards grant vision in a portion of the map, giving you and your team valuable information about enemy movements. And remember, warding isn't just the support's job. Every player has a role in maintaining map control. Now, all this information might seem overwhelming, but don't worry. Improving map awareness is a gradual process. You won't become a master overnight, but with each game, you'll get better and better. Start by focusing on one aspect, like checking the minimap more frequently. Once you're comfortable with that, move on to predicting enemy movements. Then to understanding enemy patterns and warding. Remember, map awareness is about more than just seeing the enemy. It's about understanding the game, reading the situation, and making informed decisions. It's about being one step ahead of your opponent, always ready to react, always ready to seize the opportunity. So, keep practicing. Keep pushing yourself to be more aware, to be more in tune with the game. And don't get discouraged if you're not perfect right away. Even the best players had to start somewhere. With these tips and consistent practice, you'll see your map awareness improve significantly. While working on map awareness, it's equally important to be aware of common mistakes that can hinder your progress. Firstly, one of the most common mistakes is tunnel vision. This happens when a player focuses too much on their own lane and forgets to look at the rest of the map. It's like playing with blinders on, and it's a surefire way to miss out on key information. To counteract this, make a conscious effort to glance at the minimap every few seconds. It may seem difficult at first, but with practice, it will become second nature. Another common mistake is ignoring pings from your teammates. Remember, League of Legends is a team game, and communication is key. If your teammate pings for help or signals danger, don't ignore it. Instead, react accordingly. It can be the difference between a win and a loss. Thirdly, players often fail to anticipate enemy movements. If you see an enemy disappear from your lane, don't just assume they've gone back to base. They could be heading to another lane for a surprise attack. Always consider the possibilities and warn your teammates if necessary. Also, don't forget about the jungle. Many players neglect to keep an eye on the jungle, which can result in unexpected ambushes. Be sure to ward key areas and regularly check for enemy junglers. Lastly, overconfidence can be a downfall. You might think you're safe because you have a good view of the map, but remember, the enemy team is doing their best to outsmart you. Always be cautious, especially when moving into unwarded territory. In conclusion, improving your map awareness isn't just about looking at the map more often. It's about understanding what's happening, anticipating what's going to happen, and reacting in the best possible way. It's about communication, anticipation, and caution. And most importantly, it's about practice. The more you play, the better you'll get at it. Avoiding these mistakes will keep your progress on track. So let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We've journeyed through the exhilarating world of League of Legends with a special focus on the vital aspect of map awareness. This key skill is the lifeline of every successful player, allowing them to make strategic decisions and gain a competitive edge during matches. We discussed the importance of constantly keeping an eye on the minimap, anticipating enemy movements, and making calculated decisions based on available information. We also delved into various techniques to improve map awareness, such as setting regular reminders, practicing with bots, and analyzing professional gameplay. Moreover, we highlighted some common mistakes players often make, like tunnel vision and neglecting to check the minimap. We offered tips on how to avoid these pitfalls, encouraging a proactive approach to self-improvement. Remember, improving at League of Legends is a journey, not a destination. Keep practicing, keep learning, and you'll see the results on the battlefield.